So today, since it is selling season, okay, and even for folks that aren't even selling their house, they can also get some really good practical advice here from no other than Shannon Brito, the owner of Premier Home Staging. Welcome back to the show, Shannon.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're discussing how to stage your home for success.
Correct.
Awesome. So I know nobody's better than you and more qualified to let us know exactly what people can do to net more on their bottom line when selling.
Absolutely. So I do have some sort of general tips that I would offer for staging your house. I picked my 5 favorite, if you want to go through them quickly.
Yeah.
So the first one is to declutter and depersonalize. This is where I tell people it's time to start packing some things up. Take your personal photos down. That's a biggie. The key here is that you really want you want buyers to envision their lives in your home, not be seeing your life. So you really want to take down those personal photos, take the soccer schedules off the fridge, clear off the tables. People don't want to see your bills laying around, those kinds of things.
That's vital to do that
It
stuff.
really is.
And your house looks a lot less cluttered, and I'm sure the next thing you're going to say is declutter, right?
Exactly. So
Yes.
decluttering, and this is what I tell people, my clients, that staging is actually going to be, your house is going to look a little more bare than it would when you're living there. It's just sort of the nature of the beast. You want things to be, like I said, clear and clean and
A blank template.
Exactly. You want the buyer to really see your house and see its nice features and not be seeing your stuff. So
Exactly.
get a head start on that packing. That's a nice thing.
And it helps you disconnect from the house, too. That's a big one. People are very emotional when selling, and it's understandable.
That's a really good point. It's kind of that first step in that process.
Yeah.
And understanding that your house is now a product on the market to be sold.
Exactly.
So.
We spoke about that a bit in our first segment as well, so this is perfect.
Good. All right, so the next one, this is a biggie. I see this a lot. I really recommend that if you have heavy curtains, heavy drapes, heavy shades on your windows, you really want to take those down. You want light to be coming in the windows. I'm sure you can attest to that. You really want the natural light to be showing through.
Sure, yeah.
Yep. So that's kind of an easy one.
Natural light makes you feel better, too.
Exactly.
Right?
It's sort of a psychological trick.
Yes.
Make the windows look bigger and the light coming through. So that's an easy one. The third one is, and this is also a biggie. I guess they're all biggies. They're my 5 favorite.
Yeah.
But you really want to show each room as it was intended. So get your office out of the dining room.
Smart.
Get your gym out of the bedroom. If it's a bedroom, it should be showing as a bedroom. If it's a dining room, it should be showing as a dining room. It should not be a playroom. Unfortunately, try to keep the kids' toys to a minimum.
Yeah.
That might be tough, but try to see what you can live without and box that stuff up. But you really want the real intention of the room to show through.
Yeah, definitely. Spatial, what do they call it? Spatial planning? Is that what that's called? Yeah. And that's huge. People need to be able to connect with what that room does. You never want to walk a buyer into a house and have that buyer say, what do I do with this room? Exactly.
And that's a big piece of staging, is you want to show what the space is for and how the buyer could use it. All right, so quickly, the fourth one is to address the furniture flow. You really want to make sure the space, again, sort of going back to that third point, but you want to make sure the room's clear and defined. You want to also make sure that a focal point in the room is clear and defined.
Okay.
So don't be blocking the fireplace. If you have a great view out the windows, don't block it with furniture.
Yep.
So it's, again, a pretty easy one, but people kind of get stuck with the placement of their furniture.
Yeah.
I'll say to my client, what if we move the sofa over here? And they're like, I've never thought of that. The sofa has always just been there. And it really opens up a room. So
Makes a huge difference.
Addressing the furniture flow is really important.
And one other thing, too, with the furniture flow is when you walk into a room, the back of the couch shouldn't really be to you, because you want people to sit down and feel welcomed in that space, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good point. You don't want to be afraid to float furniture. Not everything, it doesn't always have to be all against the walls.
Yes.
You can always float furniture if that's the right way it should be.
Yeah.
So it's important to take a look at that. And then the fifth tip is to fix any minor maintenance issues. I'm sure you've touched on this a lot.
Yeah.
If buyers see a leaky faucet, if they see a loose light switch, if they see little things like that, now they're wondering what other maintenance you've deferred.
Absolutely.
And I also like to recommend any fixes that are inexpensive that can make a big impact. So changing out light fixtures if they're really dated, changing out light switch covers, little things like that. Painting is a big one.
Yeah.
I'll recommend painting. So kind of just any small fixes that you can do that will give you a good impact, I would recommend doing.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what do you think about the front entrance of a house? How important is that first look of a house when a buyer pulls up?
Very important. Obviously,
huge,
we
right?
all know the curb appeal is huge. So that's definitely a good point you want to address.
Yeah.
The curb appeal, the outside, everything should be clean, no chipping paint. Address the landscaping, obviously, especially now. Address landscaping.
Exactly.
So.
I think curb appeal is actually one of the most important and one of the most overlooked things when folks are getting ready to sell their house.
Right.
And absolutely. So now, Shannon, specifically for investors, or actually, even for home sellers that are selling a vacant home.
Right.
How vital is it? I can tell you how vital it is, but I want to hear it from you. How much faster are staged homes turning, and for how much higher in price? Do you know that?
I do. So I would say staged homes are selling probably about 80% faster.
80% faster.
And probably on the conservative end, probably for about 3% more money.
I would definitely say so. Easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you do the math on that, on an average, say, price point house, $200,000, you're looking at an extra $6,000 just on the selling price.
That's huge.
And we like to look at, too, if it's selling that much faster, what are the carrying costs that you're saving?
Yeah.
Rather than having that house sitting on the market, you're saving 3 months carrying costs. Right there is another X amount of dollars.
Exactly. As a homeowner or as an investor, I mean, that's a huge fact right there. So perfect. So home staging is not only for somebody, a conventional seller, it's also for you investors as well. So perfect. Shannon, how can they reach you? I know you've got a really great website.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How can they reach you on your website?
So the website is staginginri.com. That's
super easy.
Staging as in staging in Rhode Island.com. Even though we
Staging
do go to
in
Southeastern
RI.com.
Mass and Connecticut, but
Awesome.
staginginri.com. Great pics on there before and after.
Yeah, very good. And how can they find your phone number? Is it right on there under the contact info?
It is, but I can give it out
Yeah,
if you'd
please,
like.
please,
Sure, it's
feel
area
free.
code 401, and then it's 524-3944.